We have our third character in this animation put together right here. It's the G-Man, the nondescript kind of secret agent looking guy that for some reason is after Vinny. What we've got is a character based loosely upon the sketch that was created when I was doing some other characterizations of Vinny himself. And so what I've simply done, let me back out just a little bit, is create a real low fidelity character. I do have it set up for additional rigging, but I've only done a real basic rig here because I'm just going to have a basic deformation when Vinny appears in the scene. I wanted the ability to go back in, and if I want to finesse this a little bit more and go ahead and maybe get some arm motions, or could actually be converted into a way that the character could run away. But this would be just a low fidelity character, not necessarily needing all that extra finessing that a close-up character would, like when we worked with Vinny. So let me go ahead and delete this art file out of here. So we've got our primary character who's been rigged, and the rig's been named Low Quality G-Man. I'll go ahead and do a save function, and now we can come back into our room build, animate 3 G-Man if you want to start working with that file. The G-Man's going to be on the roof back here, and we haven't worked out some of the details. The rest of the animation, as far as Vinny and the cat and playing with money, is at least the coarse animation's done. There's some fine-tuning I'd like to do with the head, maybe a little additional motion just to get some extra movement in there. Let's go ahead and collapse Vinny. He's collapsed. The cat's collapsed. We need our character here to be across the street. Now, I'm simply going to click on the sky, which has been drawn behind the entire room build right here. And this will make our scene a little easier to manage right now. We've got the TV layer turned off, which is that flickering blue that we had worked on earlier. I'll select Sky. We'll go ahead and come into File, Import, Anime Studio Object. And we'll look for G-Man Low Detail. Go ahead and bring him in. And he comes in with the 2 styles. And look, let me undo that. I've got my time marker down here at 300. That's a no-no. Let's come back to 0 and try that one more time. Import, Anime Studio Object, G-Man Low Detail. All right, we can't see him, but there he is. So let's go ahead and collapse Low Quality G-Man. And I'm going to grab the Layer Adjustment tool and bring him over here. He's large. I did create 2 styles, a light and a dark, not knowing how he was going to integrate with the scene, so it'll be real easy to change all these particular colors if we want to. I'll scale that down, bring him up back here. And what I'd like to do is have him kind of rise and appear rapidly. When we get a camera pan over here, he's going to pop up and then he's going to disappear again real quickly as we back the camera out. So we know there's something impending going on. Maybe he'll appear in the window over here in another scene or something like that. So for this one, let me go ahead and decide what we want to do with the background. I'm going to expand the room build PSD, and let me actually detach the layers here so we've got a little more working room. I'll expand the room detail, and I don't know if I want the roof there or down just a little bit. Let's go ahead and play with the across street layer at frame 0 here. Layer tool selected. I want us to be able to see him plainly. What I didn't like is this kind of ledge right here being even with the window. So I'm just seeing if there's a better place to put that. I do like having 2 windows in there. So some of these are just aesthetic decisions. Kind of like that positioning. So we have a dark separating the window crossbar there, which I think is going to be important. Let me collapse this real quickly and choose our low quality G-Man here. Now he's kind of light. I don't know if I like that. Let me double click on this and change the blending mode here to multiply. And do a quick render and see if I like what's going on. I like the way he integrates back here. He's a little darker, a little more menacing perhaps. And that's fine with me. So he's in the scene. I don't want him to appear straight in the middle of the window. It lines up too much with this bar right here, and the asymmetry I think is going to be a little nicer to look at real quickly. So let's get a little more sophisticated with our scene. I'm going to move him over a little bit here. He'll be in this glow. And now we get to go ahead and animate him. I've got him in position, and what I'm going to do is have him pop up right here. So this is the finished position I want him to be in. Let me go ahead and move out in time because we don't want him popping up right in the middle. We want him to pop up later on. Knowing that he's there, let's go ahead and bring him down. And he's going to make a rapid appearance. We're going to go ahead and stoop him over. It's like he stands up and appears really quickly. So with that done, let's go ahead and step forward one frame. I am going to, with the Layer Move tool, click on this layer to set a keyframe. Collapse this just a little bit. When we're watching other stuff, I don't want them slowly appearing, and we need to set keyframes to prevent movement, or we need to set a tweener of step so that it stays in one position till it hits the next keyframe. I personally like to go ahead and set duplicate keyframes so I can readjust them over time if I need to. Let's move down our animation a little bit here. We've got these other activities going on. We get Vinny here not looking happy, and now he's got his eyes kind of closed. The camera will be panning towards the clock right there. And about right here, we can have our G-Man appear right around frame 300. I'll go ahead and click on Vinny again for the layer, set a keyframe. So now he's going to stay in position. We'll continue with getting him ready to animate in our next movie.